Daytona, and it's Saturday morning. Guess who's on the pole? Paul Menard. Paul Menard, whose father is one of the richest men in America. Paul Menard played in the shadows of Dale Earnhardt Jr., Martin Truex Jr. for so long. Now he's on the pole. Let's see what he can do the first lap. DEI on the ropes Thursday, bounced back strong Friday. Took the front row. Menard, Mark Martin. 1-2, and starting third, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Rick Hendrick's boy. But I think the guy that's going to win this race, the 400 Saturday night, is going to be Kyle Busch. He started ninth. He should have won the 500 back in February, but teammate Tony Stewart went to the inside, split around the guys at the lead on the final restart, and Ryan Newman and teammate Kurt Busch ended up going 1-2. I don't think Newman and Busch had much going for them this time. Busch is in a backup car. Kurt Busch crashed right front tire. Might be some tire issues here. There always seem to be at Daytona for some reason. I'm not sure. And I think that Tony Stewart is going to finish second to Kyle Busch. 1-2 for Joe Gibbs. And we're still waiting for Joe and J.D. Gibbs to announce what's going to happen next year. I think Juan Pablo Montoya might drive the 20 car next year. Joey Logano on a fourth car for Gibbs. Good bet. That's what J.D. says. Maybe. Brian France showed up at the Infield Media Center today, taking a playbook move from his father, the late Bill France Jr., who used to show up and roil the press, keep things going, turn things up, turn things down. Brian says things are fine. He was reassuring everybody that NASCAR is on top of everything. He says, and nobody asked him about this, that NASCAR is going green, going a lot greener than what people think. He had a big meeting out there in Sonoma. Talked to a lot of big people about how to be in the forefront of the greening of motorsports. Hey, the people that were out at Sonoma, and I wasn't, missed that whole deal. I think that bears some watching. Daytona. Kyle Busch, about time. He's running away with the championship. Everybody else needs to start playing catch-up. And I don't know, Carl Edwards seems to think that this is going to be a wide-open race, and certainly from the way things are going over in the Chip Ganassi camp and the DEI camp and some of these other places, there are a lot of guys under a lot of pressure. Drivers trying to keep their jobs, drivers trying to get sponsorships, car owners trying to get sponsorships. Everybody's under pressure unless you're a member of the Joe Gibbs operation. Even the Rick Hendrick operation, I'm hearing that they might lose some players next week. There might be some cuts, some peak slips. We'll have to see how that plays out. Richard Childress, a couple of wins so far this year. Rick Hendrick is not the dominant force he once was. And Jack Roush. All five teams were terrible at Loudon. They need to bounce back, and they don't really look that hot here. This has been a Chevrolet track for years and years and years. Dodge won in February, upset Toyota. We'll have to see how Rick Hendrick's bunch does here. Mike Mulhern for the Winston-Salem Journal. In journalnow.com on the eve of the Coke 0400. And that might be a good name because a lot of heroes are going to wind up zeros Saturday night.